Hello everyone, my name is Lucy. Welcome to my channel Simple Sunday Afternoons. I'm really happy you're joining me today. If you are a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. If you are new, don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel at the end of the video so you can receive my emails every time I release a new video, which is usually once a week. For today's recipe, I'm going to be making a delicious and juicy Salisbury steak. I'm going to be serving these steaks with mashed potatoes. So please join me in my kitchen to make this wonderful recipe. And for this wonderful recipe, I'm going to be using about 3 pounds of ground beef, 3 cans of 10 ounces each of Campbell's French soup, 2 cups of dry breadcrumbs, 2 large eggs, 1 teaspoon of mustard powder, 1 teaspoon of salt with 1 teaspoon of fresh ground pepper, 1/2 of a cup of water, 1/2 of a cup of regular ketchup. It can be any ketchup you like, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and 1 ounce of Worcestershire sauce. And because I'm not sure I pronounced the name right, I'm going to show you the bottle. This is the bottle it comes, and it looks like soy sauce. It will give a wonderful taste to your meat sauce. And those are the ingredients I'm going to be using for this wonderful recipe, so let's start cooking. The ingredients to my left hand are the ingredients I'm going to be adding to the meat. And the ones in my right hand are the ingredients I'm going to be making the sauce with. And because I'm going to be working with my hands, mixing the ingredients with the meat, I'm going to be using some gloves. The first thing I'm doing, I'm cracking the eggs and break them before I add them to the meat. Then I'm going to be adding the salt and pepper, and this is really to my taste. You can add more or less, it's really to your taste. Then I'm adding the breadcrumbs. I'm going to be pouring about 1 cup of the French soup. The rest of the soup, I'm leaving it to make the sauce. And I'm going to make sure all the ingredients are mixed well together with the meat. That's why I'm using my hands. And the meat is almost ready to start forming the steaks. So I'm going to take a good chunk out of the meat, and I'm going to make a ball about a baseball size. And I'm going to press it on the palm of my hand, and I'm going to make the steaks about the length of my hand, making an oval shape. The thickness of the steak, it really depends on you. I'm leaving mine about 1/2 of an inch thick. So I finished forming my steaks, so they are ready to be cooked. And now I'm going to be making the gravy for the meat. I'm going to be mixing the flour with the water, and I'm going to be pouring this mixture to the French onion soup. Add the 1 ounce of Worcestershire sauce, the powdered mustard, and the ketchup. With a whisker or a fork, mix well. I'm leaving to the side this mixture until it's time to pour it on the meat. To prepare the steaks, I'm using the biggest skillet I have. And I poured about 1 tablespoon of olive oil in the bottom of the skillet before I add the meat. And I have the stove in high temperature for now. So I'm adding one by one my steaks. And I will try to cook them all at once because all of them needs to be later on to be covered with the sauce. I'm letting the meat sealed in one side and then I'm going to flip them to seal in the other side. Now that I have a little bit more space, I'm going to be placing my last steak to be cooked at the same time as the rest. I'm going to cover the pan for now and let it cook in medium temperature for about 5 minutes. Now that I know that both sides of the meat are sealed, then I'm going to be pouring the sauce that I made with the rest of the French soup. I'm giving a quick whisk to the soup before I pour, just to make sure all the ingredients are spread evenly over the meat. Then I'm going to lower the stove to low temperature. I'm going to cover and let it simmer for about 25 minutes. After 25 minutes, the results are a very delicious and juicy steak which you can serve with mashed potatoes, potato salad, or any of your favorite side dish. Don't forget to pour some of the sauce over the steak. I hope you like this recipe. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you next time.